But by April, May timeframe, on occasion, maybe 3 times, my mother and I and my sister went to have dinner with my father at the Oak Club. He came home maybe once every 2 weeks for a day or two, but that was it. And in the process, I got to see the horrible destruction, and it was very evident all around the yard. It was horrible. The oil was still there, the sunken ships. But I did, at one juncture, get an opportunity to go on board the captured Japanese midget submarine. And they are midget, because I was, by this time, 9 years old, and it was still a little tight for me. And my father allowed me to climb down in the now sail, then conning tower. And it was hard to imagine that 2 grown men were down in there trying to make this thing run. It was very, I guess it was rudimentary. To me, it looked like it was just a maze of nothing but pipes and valves and all kinds of things, gauges. Very fascinating. In the process, and my father said, "Now don't you touch anything. Don't you dare touch anything." Well, there was a little piece of angle iron about like that, lying on the deck, and it ended up somehow in my pocket. And somewhere in this house, I have it. I can't find it yet, but I know that it's in here somewhere. Actually, it was well after the war, when I was a grown man, before I told my father I had it. Then we finally, after the Battle of Midway, my father went to the admiral, and I think it was by this time it was Charlie Lockwood, and said, "Hey, boss, I need to get out of here. You guys are going to win the war, and I'm not even going to have a chance." And Lockwood said, "Ed, you're caught in limbo. You're too old for a boat. We're taking the last of your classmates off of the boats," and some of them had not performed very well. Others, like Dick Bogey and Freddie Water and Creed Burlingame, had done very well. And he said, "I can't send you out as a group commander because you never had command." He said, so Dad said, "Surface me." And they did. And so Dick Bogey, his classmate, who had lost his ship being bombed and sunk in the harbor in Cavite during the attack on Cavite on our time, 8 December, he came in to be the ops boss. And Dad went and was ordered to a destroyer. We swung by San Diego and went, and that's a whole nother story. But so we left in convoy. It must have been last week in June. We went in convoy with an Army transport, a Navy transport. The battleship Pennsylvania patched up just enough to get her to the west coast, to Mare Island, I guess it was, to get put back in fighting shape, and 4 Piper destroyers. And we were on a contract ship, the SS Antigua, which was an old banana boat, and had space for about, I guess in normal time, 75 passengers, so we probably had 120 in there. It was a little tight, but it still had that wonderful dining room where they had the horse races with the dice and all that, and I got to move the horses. I thought that was a real privilege for a 9-year-old. But that was it. That's how we got out of there anyway. And we were back in the States by the end of June, first week of July.